Yo, what's up, YouTube? I just wanted to record this intro before the video starts. I got to talk to the man, Serge Gatari. He's doing the exact same sort of business model and concept that I'm starting to do now. And I just got 45 minutes to pick his brain. That's what it is. It's not even, at the start of this interview, it starts kind of abruptly. I was already talking to him, and I just wanted to record it to kind of, for my sake, because he was giving me a lot of advice on how to run the business model that I'm trying to run. He's just a great guy. I was giving advice. So it starts there, and then it gets more into questions for Serge and him. But Serge is honestly such a genuine guy. He really took 45 minutes of his busy ass day to help me and talk to a 19-year-old who isn't big in the business world at all. So Serge, if you're seeing this, you're the man. And yeah, let's jump straight into the interview.
It's not a normal one, and I'm sure I don't know exactly what you guys have, but you probably have just killer ones already set up that for you, that outreach for your clients. I'm not sure, but what I do is I have VA trainers. So I have virtual assistant trainers that take very cheap amount of money to go and train other appointment setters. And so for each client, will end up training around 100 virtual assistant appointment setters on very cheap commission basis. The whole hiring system's built. There's such a constant inflow of VAs, influx coming in and out, guys leaving, guys not. And it's really hard on me and it's hard on my trainers. But the great part about it is, and kind of the offer behind it is, these virtual assistant appointment setters are not mine. I don't own them. They're not a part of my team. So at the end of the day, whenever you leave Agency Automation and whenever our partnership's over and you stop paying me, these are still going to be your appointment setters working on a very cheap commission basis. And that's kind of the whole part of it. But every time we get a client, we have to bring in with our hiring system over, 2 months, an extra 100 virtual assistant appointment setters for their agency, get them trained, get them set up on our aged accounts, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, works best for their niche. But yeah, and that's also the thing, is we're working with so many different niches. And I know I'm not too familiar on client acquisition, but I'm pretty sure it's like short form, mainly going towards guys trying to start a short form. Well, we're, going after the whole array of these kids trying to start, lead gen agencies. And, you got so many kids trying to hit orthodontist, trying to hit solar, trying to hit, dermatologist, whatever it may be. So, we have copyright. We have copywriters all over the place doing scripts for different ones, and it's a good system. It's there. It's just there's so much on my plate right now, and it all goes back to simply.
How big is your team?
So right now we have 25, 30, I think, and that's mostly trainers.
Okay, cool, nice. And are you the one doing the ads setup and then
So what we're doing is
the media buying?
No, so we're not doing the media buying. We don't handle media buying. We have simple targeting, and it's normally just by job title. And our clients are getting good results with the ads. The most I've ever seen, like, a client have to spend normally for a meeting is like $45-50, and obviously this is in the lead gen niche, so we're targeting local businesses, orthodontists, stuff like that. Most we've had is $45-50, and that's normally just like video targeting. So I'll send them a video that goes for everyone on how to target for whatever niche they're in, and then copy and all that. It's all kind of like that's like that part of that part of the program is a course. It's videos.
Okay, I see. Okay, nice. That is good. So where are you guys at? Since you guys are doing mostly a recurring thing, how much are you guys at monthly revenue wise?
So I introduced this offer a month ago, and we're on pace. So this last month, we're about to just hit, when I get my bank statement, I think 15 rev.
Okay, that's good. How big is your YouTube page?
So I have 2,700 subscribers, and I have like 8 videos, I think, 9 videos.
That's not bad. That's good. Cool. Yeah, I think for sure there is definitely a big opportunity. Just like Iman trained people to start agencies, there's eventually going to be a trend where it's like we're now building the solution for the people who got created by these
Yep.
online courses,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So, and I think that, and I want to lead that thing because I think it's a much easier, I mean, right? Like, bro, like, you know how hard it was to make 10K with your fucking agency. So you probably now like, Jesus Christ, man. Like it's hard for me now to make money now,
Exactly. Exactly.
But I think though, but then also the other thing is like people in your position who, and which is why I'm actually trying to get away. And we can talk about this. We should just start recording, to be honest, and just let's talk about this because I think this is because we could talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You can still ask me questions, right? But I think that let's talk about this. I think this is a talk that because I realized that the best value comes from just start recording so that just people just hear our chat, right?
Let's
Because
do it. Let's do it. I'm recording. I'm recording. Don't worry. I
yeah.
was recording for me anyways, just so I could listen back on this.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to be the most valuable. I think that's going to be a trend in and of itself, right? Now, the bigger pain is not how can you make money. The issue is the people that you're working with. Can you sustain getting them results, and can you sustain the business model? Because this model of getting people appointments is more so like get rich quick thing,
Yep.
right? It's not really, most people don't have it figured out. Like their fulfillment is fucked. Even if they can do it for a few clients, if you really look at the whole base of clients, regardless of how good you are at your operations, like you're still not going to be able to really dial it in. So I think that the next big pain is going to be like, okay, how can we actually sustain this thing that we've now figured out, right? Like, can we actually
Yep.
make it work? So yeah, but no, cool. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, let me know if you wanna start.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Or I mean,
We're in the best space. You've been on this model, and it's a great model right now. You caught it before it was like, before the whole Iman Gadzhi thing really started. You were doing this model, and just the fact that Iman onboarded so many kids into this space, looking to, like you said, get rich quick. Um, it works so well, and there's it's been a bit, and Iman stopped uploading a lot of SMMA videos, and it's kind of, I think, waning out the guys that weren't going to be here for long anyways, and that's really where our target prospects are at. So I think the market is perfect for an offer like this. You got the guys
mhm.
who are actually stuck with the whole marketing agency thing, and
Yeah,
they want meetings, they want to grow their agency, and having a YouTube channel like this, I get DMs saying, and I've definitely seen it, my following and the people, it's dropped off since I started shilling agency automation, because it's selling out, I guess. um, and that's what I wanted to avoid. In the way
hmm
I wanted to avoid that. And the first thing that came to my head was mentorship. It's easy to sell. You don't even really have to put a guarantee behind it. And people are going to buy it. I had 100 subs on YouTube with 2 videos made, and people are coming at me saying, I'll give you $1,000 for mentorship. And I was like, what? Like, it was just kind of foreign
hmm
to me. Um, and what went through my head was, I watched you, and I watched what you were doing, and you were getting people results, and it was a program, and it was, getting people like actually growing their agency. So that's, really where I wanted
yeah,
to head, because I think, it doesn't matter if you're shilling your course or your program, if you're actually getting people real results. And that's exactly where I want to be at soon, Serge. But
yeah,
right now it's about building out all my systems and actually getting it right. And I've took a break.
yeah,
I have setters. I have my own setters that are, they're killers. They are, they can schedule 10 meetings in a day across the 3 of them, 10 qualified ones that have a good chance of
hmm
closing. But I'm about to tell them to kind of, you know, chill out a bit. I don't know, you know, because that's how they make their money. And it's like, I don't want to tell them to stop. They're getting great commissions right now. I love making my setters money. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with the fulfillment right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if you had a better fulfillment, so you said that you were now at 15K. If you had a better fulfillment, like how big could you take it?
I think it could be, you know, I don't want to say, I don't, you know, I don't want to say as big as yours, but yeah, I think it could be as big as yours, however much money you're making.
Yeah.
And that's obviously in the future. You know, you've been doing this for a while now. But I think, you know,
Yeah.
just as big as yours, and that's where I want to be. I want to be living in a house like yours, man. This is my first time touching real money. I'm still in my parents' house right now. Um,
Yeah.
so like, I want
Yeah.
to, you know, nice house,
This
cool.
is this is an Airbnb, so it's not even my house.
Okay,
Trust me.
okay,
Yeah, I know but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. No, I think yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have the audience, you have the insights. Like,
yeah.
yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be doing those numbers? You know,
Mm-hmm. And Serge, one thing I wanted to
it's
touch on,
possible.
was, um, as I was saying, super busy with
Yeah.
fulfillment. It's really where all my time's going. It's taken away most of my life, just focusing on building the business, and I'm completely fine with that. This is what I want. These are my goals. This has been my goal since I was 15. Since I, you know, stopped, you know, caring about school, and I said I'm gonna make this whole online thing work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm completely fine with being super busy, but now it's like the YouTube channel is what is going to propel me up. You know, you put so much content in someone's face, just like you. Serge, your videos aren't, you know, crazy edited on YouTube. They're not, you know, they're not catering towards the kids who have the attention span of a rock because they watch TikTok all day. You know, it's for guys that want to get value.
Hmm.
And I can't find that, you know, I don't want to say that, but it's like, you know, I'm so up with all this service delivery that, you know, I'm not finding time to make YouTube videos and push out YouTube videos. And my YouTube
Hmm.
videos were more so, you know, subtitles there, edits there, um, all over the place. And,
Hmm.
um, you know, I haven't been able to push out that sort of content. So I uploaded 2 videos that were more so not edited so much, not, you know, not subtitles everywhere,
Yeah.
just me going in depth and giving value, talking about agency automation
Hmm.
systems, not even shilling it, just giving away free value. And they didn't do as well, and I
Yeah.
understood that the retention rate wasn't as good. I knew that's how it would be, but I'm
Hmm.
thinking, do I keep doing that sort of content, or do I go back to what I was doing that was getting the views? The view, you know, my most viewed videos were the ones that were, you know, edited heavily, graphics popping up, keeping people's retention there. Is there a medium,
Yeah.
like what?
I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's both. I don't think there's one or the other. I think you just got to do both because you can't just play one game. You got to play the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's the only way. You can't hate if someone else is doing better at something. They're doing something. You need to be doing nothing. You can't just settle for doing what you can't just settle for doing what one person who's doing better is doing. It's like that person who's doing better than you. There's someone doing better than them too. So it's like
Yep.
which one do you pick? So it's like for me, it's I don't really think I don't think it's like A or B. I think it's A B. You know, it's both.
Yep. Awesome. Cool. So I have a question
Yeah.
for you. Um, so I'm obviously, you know, a bit younger than you, 19. If you
Hmm.
could go back to 18, 19-year-old Serge, and just give him like a piece of advice, one piece of advice, what would it be?
I don't think there is. I mean, there's just one or two things. I would just say when you start, don't stop. You know,
Yep.
like only stop if you're like, man, I could just give up and never lose, right? And then the second thing is just build a team.
Yep.
Learn to build teams. Like it's not about you, right? It's like It's good. You can be good. Like your success right now, it's like success has nothing to do with the inside. It's like most people. There are people who have seen greater results with the agency than you have, but who will never scale the thing you're doing right now to the point that you've scaled it at, right? And there's also the you who has figured out how to sell this thing, but who will never hit big numbers, right? So it's like the goal is it's not just to be smart and to know something. It's not also how to know how to sell that something. It's know how to propagate that thing and sustain massive amount of throughput, massive amount of people coming through to buy your thing and getting fulfillment, right? So you can't do that without a team, and you will never get a team if you don't keep chasing the next level, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so those two things.
Awesome. Okay. And so back onto that like younger version of yourself. So what do you think
Mm-hmm.
what do you think at the time, let's say you go back, you were 18, 19, you wanted to make all this money. What do you think at the time you thought needed to change? And what do you think actually needed to change about yourself that you did change?
What did I think needed to change? I just maybe back then just you think that you need something perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't. You just need something that's consistent.
Yep.
You need to be just consistent and do the work, right? Like a lot of people think there's some secret out there, but there's none. So it's like just do the work.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And so this one's kind of a, I like this question a lot. It's you're making so much money right now, Serge, already. It seems like you have everything you could ever imagine. You can get whatever you want with the money coming in monthly. If you just sustain it, you can you can do whatever you want in this world, pretty much money wise. What is the driving factors for you right now? Because it feels like you're almost at a point where it's like, more money isn't a driving factor. It may be a driving factor for you, but is there something, laying lower below that that's really the driving factor for scaling? You just opened up a whole new program. So I'm blanking. Growth expert, growth setting. Shill it on my
Growth
YouTube video.
specialist.
Growth
Yeah.
specialist. Yeah, guys, if you want to check that out, I've heard great things from some guys I know in the space about growth specialists. You just open that up, making more, doing more.
Mm-hmm.
What's the driving factor
Yeah.
for you right now?
Driving factor. There's no driving factor. It's just who I am. All right.
Yeah,
It's like you get to a point where it's just who you are. It's just you just do, right? You create, you do shit, you make money. It's who you are. It's like me asking you, like, hey, like, is Chris and you the person different? It's like no. It's like you've become your name, right?
yep,
But at some point, your name was just something your parents gave you, but it wasn't really you. But now, when you think of you think of Chris. It's like
exactly, yeah,
your name, Chris, kind of like is a persona, right?
yep,
It's like it's what describes you, right?
yep,
It's like, oh, Serge, but am I really Serge? No, but if you say Serge, you think of me and you think about everything that comes with me, right?
yep.
So now it's like winning comes with me, just like my name does. Ooh, that's actually a tweet.
Yeah, sir. I like that. I like that.
That's oh man, that's funny. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's how you should focus on. You shouldn't try to be like you shouldn't try to find motivation. You should just try to become just like you have your name, just also become a winner, you know?
Exactly. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And what do you think? So, give us some insight into, um, give us some insight into your new program and why you're doing.
Hmm.
Because I know it's lower ticket. And we talked about earlier in our
Yeah.
conversation, lower ticket versus higher ticket. Your original
Hmm.
program was higher ticket, and it seems like most people
Yeah.
go the opposite. I went the opposite. Um, you went from higher
Hmm.
ticket to opening a program that's now lower ticket. Why is that? And give us some insight
Yep.
into why it's lower ticket and what it does.
I just realized that people are not or don't already are who aren't already making money will not don't really see the success that they are actually chasing. Like you actually need capital and resources to allocate to making it inevitable for you not to win. So I was like, for people who aren't making money, let me just build something that they can scale, a program that delivers scale, not a program that delivers a business. No, it's just a program that delivers a skill where you can actually go into companies and generate them results, more results than they're currently generating, right? And and then from there, if you have money, then come build a company. But and the growth specialist that is really solving the one, generating attention organically, and then booking sales goals or converting attention into the thing that can become sales, right? So yeah, it's really that.
Exactly. I like that. And whenever I heard about your program search, the first thing I thought was, you know, like we talked about earlier, there's so many people getting in this space right now with the goal of getting rich fast and, scaling their agency fast,
Hmm.
and making a lot of money with it.
Yeah.
And yours is like you have a low ticket program for guys, that are starting at the bottom of the totem pole. Appointment setting is the bottom of the totem pole, and you're teaching them that skill. And that was my first
Hmm.
job in the online space when I was 15 years old. I appointment set for an influencer marketing
Nice.
agency. And I can attribute a lot of my success in this whole online marketing thing to that job because I learned the lowest totem pole skill there is, and that all leads up. And then I got a closing
Hmm.
job with that company after I got good at appointment setting for them, and that's where I learned to close
Yeah.
online deals. And I closed for a year and a half, 2 years before I ever even started up an agency, and those are both skills you need.
Nice.
Because you think of it as like, um, you talked about being a leader, and scaling a team. Well, you need to know exactly what goes into every single component if you want to teach that to other people. Um, so
Yep.
I think, guys, if you are, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, I'm going to get rich off starting an agency right now, before I've ever done anything online. It's just not how it works. And like Serge talked about, and like how, you've probably heard it a million times on, if you haven't, you need skills. Skills are, you need to have skills. And whether that be a skill in sales or building a team, you need to have some. Serge, what would you say what's the first skill you should learn, and what's the most important skill you should have if you want to scale a business or scale an agency?
Let me know if there's too much noise because they're going crazy
You're
here.
good, boss. You're good.
Is it good?
Yeah, you're good.
Um, I mean, I don't think there's one. I just think there's. I think so. There's things that you need to know that are really really important. But I would say that, of course, appointment setting is kind of like the base thing that will make it inevitable for you not to win in anything that you partake in. But of course, there's other skills that are way more important than appointment setting,
Yep.
right? Which make you do bigger things, right? But to really stack, like that first step, for sure, appointment setting is inevitable.
Perfect.
It's
Perfect.
like the one. Yeah.
Perfect.
But appointment setting is more like, actually it's just marketing. It's just understanding psychology. It's understanding how to get people what they want,
Yep.
right? If you understand that, then you're good, right?
Definitely. Definitely. Um, yeah. And so I was reading a book called Outwitting. I gotta move this. I was reading a book called Outwitting the Devil. Have you read that, Serge?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it was going into detail about people dealing with urges and wanting to do this and wanting to do that. As a 19-year-old kid
Hmm.
myself, who is still in this. I didn't go to college. Most of my friends, I'm not sure if they have them up in Canada. Most of my friends are in fraternities, and all that. And right now they're spending most of their days, drinking, going out, partying. And I'm sure there's a lot of 18, 19-year-olds watching this video right now that want to do
Mm-hmm.
this whole money thing. What do you think are the sacrifices that you need to make to, make this happen? Because I found, I still go out, every single weekend almost now and have fun with my friends. I work my ass off during the
Nice.
week. Um, I get
Yeah.
I work my ass off, but on the weekends I go out and have fun. What but you hear guys
Yeah.
saying you need to give it all up. You got to give up the drinking. You got to give up the smoking to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, what do you think really needs to go, and what can stay? Can it stay in moderation? Just give us something.
Uh, I think I think it's seasons, right? It's like you can't do that every weekend. I think you're going to be at the top of your game in the beginning, right?
Yep.
Like if I was drinking wine, I know you follow me, so you know that I've been drinking wine almost every other day, right?
Yep.
But like if you try to do that, if you're trying to build like a seven-figure company, hell no, ain't no way,
Yeah.
ain't no way. Not because alcohol is going to necessarily make you dumb, but it's just because it's going to mess up with your emotions, and you're going to start behaving, and you're going to start taking actions based on off of your emotions instead of playing the game on a composed while being composed, right?
Yep.
So, and also another thing is like if you're having to go out every weekend, then I mean you got to know that that's a cycle you're going through,
Yes, sir.
right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you feel really good. You're like, oh man, I'm fired up. You got momentum, and then weekend, Friday, you go out, you drink, or maybe you smoke weed, and then Sunday you feel down. You don't want to do anything. Monday starts, Tuesday, Wednesday, oh, you feel fired up, you got to build momentum, and then Friday you just shut down that momentum again. And now you have to wait until next Wednesday to feel good. So for me, it's like if you can avoid those mood swings and momentum swings and let that momentum go up and ride it, then yeah, nothing can keep you from not winning.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
I definitely think it's something, it's urges, and that book kind of opened my eyes up to it.
yeah,
I've went through the phases of, trying to cut it all out. And I definitely
yeah.
I think there's a good balance between it, being a young guy, but definitely
Yeah.
not every weekend.
Do it. You can do it. You can do it every day. The thing is, like, don't do it in a season where you're actually serious about scaling,
Yeah.
right? Like, if you're serious about going hard, then take 8 weeks where you're not doing it, and then the following 8 weeks, do it every day if you want. But it's just that know what season you're in. Are you in a season of just like casual work, or are you actually in a season where business is serious, and you actually want to do great shit?
Yeah, I mean, I have everything. I have everything in a non-egotistical way. I have everything in front of me. I got lucky with the YouTube channel
Yeah.
algorithm, um, and this appointment setting thing is going great. It's time to lock
I think
in.
you should go hard, man. Yeah, go hard, man. Fuck the summer, man.
Yeah,
Because you don't know what's going on, and like, see, this is also another thing. It's like, of course, if you have YouTube, of course, it's more of like an advantage over most people. It's kind of like I don't know how to say it. It's more like it's like you have like like a bank account that is always going to be there, right? Because you have an audience, right? But I still think that your success level is like everybody has a little time, right? Even the greatest companies literally die too, right? So if you're just starting out and then you find your gold mine, but you think that you're just gonna go collect like a one gram every day, every week, instead of taking the whole ton, then just know that like but eventually someone else is gonna notice like, oh shit, this guy's just taking 1 gram a day off of a ton that's there.
yeah,
So now while you're taking your time, or you're like, oh, summertime, I just need to be chilling, I just need to be vibing. Well, someone else is way hungrier
yep,
because they've never tasted the success. Now, there's two types of people. There's the type of people who taste success and be like, oh, yeah, it will always be there. So they take it slow. And there are those who see it and taste it and never stop feasting until there's nothing else left for everybody. right?
Yes, sir.
For me, my mindset in first year of success is, bro, like the first year I hit my first 10K. I mean, I don't even remember what that year was.
We see, the model's there. There's a need for this, and there's a pain point in the market, and that's people wanting to, um, get their marketing agency going and make online money. And I think this is one thing I want to ask about that I was thinking about the other day.
Mhm.
The whole entrepreneurial, not going to college, I'm just going to go make money trend is really starting to ramp up right now. And I see the real money being made in the next few years in the coaching consulting space. Is that something you see as well, or is it just always something that's going to be there, or is it going to ramp up? What do you see for the market right now, and do you see the same kind of trend that I just stated, the whole entrepreneurial not going to college thing really ramping up right now?
I mean, I guess, yeah, it is inevitable. But then the thing is, like, will coaching be the thing? I mean, I think, of course, there's a trend, but I just think that with AI being there, like, why would I pay someone else to tell me how to do something if I can just ask um, something that costs almost nothing to
Yep.
give me the same answer, right? People will be paying to join communities, but they'll not pay for knowledge because knowledge is already free there. And everything you have as a question, even business building, you just ask ChatGPT and you'll get the answer. Now, I think there is, yeah, but if you want to just focus on building, getting those people in an amazing community, give them good insights, maybe help them get to the actual use the tools to get the answers, cool. Yeah, there is a room for that. But I wouldn't, I'm personally not betting on just like coaching and consulting. I think, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I think it's not valuable.
And with that being
Yeah.
said, you talked about AI. What do you see, you know, with the future of AI taking over jobs? What's kind of your outlook on AI in the future? And do you think it's going to come faster than we think? Um, and how many jobs do you really think it's going to kind of take over? I guess you could say.
I mean, I'm not necessarily an expert at it, but um, I don't see it more as like, oh, how many jobs will it take? I just see it as like, how many jobs will it create? You know, like, because you can focus on the fact that you'll lose a job, but that's not being proactive. It's not really helping you out. If you're going to use a job, you're losing it regardless, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, why do we have to spend time talking about it? Like, so I think it's more like, okay, what are the opportunities that will be created from AI existing, right? So for me, I think there's definitely a great trend that will happen where people will make a lot of money from knowing how to use the tool better than the next guy, and that's where the money will be made. Um, so
I want to talk about investing. A lot of guys in this, space, they're going to start making money and not really invest.
mhm.
Where are you putting your money right now, investment wise? Is it real estate? Is it crypto? What is it for you?
My team,
Okay. Yep.
and what's left, I don't do nothing with it. I just get back to work. I don't have time to be. I'm not an investor right now.
Hmm.
I invest human capital and I invest time. You can't build an amazing company and still like be also a great investor. So you got to choose. It's like, if I think that, okay, making the money I make is my goal, cool. And then I can be like, okay, cool, I've made it. Now let me go figure out what to do with the money, right? But I'm still, I still have, what's 10% on 100 grand on $1 million a year when you could make it in a day, in a week.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
do you want to go figure out how to get 10% on a mil, or do you want to make a mil a week?
Yep.
You pick the games you pick. Like, everybody chooses what they want to play. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
bad. But I'm just saying that people always are like, oh, you need to invest your money. You need to invest your money. It's like, okay, bro, I know how to create it out of thin air. Like, why do I need to invest it? Like,
Yeah.
my question is, Do you invest your attention in investing, or should you focus your invested in building a business? It's the right investment is not really the money. The right question is, have you been investing your attention into investing money? You know?
Definitely, definitely. Okay, and and that's a good take because you don't hear that a lot. That really good. It's unorthodox advice, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I I love hearing a different perspective like that, especially from a guy that's as successful as you, and being
Mm-hmm.
you know trying to start this whole program, and my first time really building out a big team. Um, everything, guys, if you're watching this video, everything Serge says and all the emphasis he puts into building your team is so true. It's so true. Um, because you can't, you get to the point, you get past just making a little bit of money and you can't do anything more than that just by yourself. Um, and any more money that comes in, you hire a person, and then any more money, to a certain point that comes in, you're gonna have to get more people, and it's all about them. It's all about building that team.
Yeah.
Um, what do you look for in great team members? What's kind of your process, and how do you know you found a good one?
People. Uh. Oh man, I think just consistency is one, and just proactivity. Like people can do the thing consistently every day, in and out, like every day of the week. And then people who are, who are just wanted, or like, hey, let's try this, let's do this. So, they bring up the ideas instead of waiting for someone to tell them what to do, right?
Definitely, definitely. So, this one's kind of more towards your like personal life because, um,
Mhm.
we don't get to see too much of that Surge on this YouTube. So we get to see the trips, we get to see all that, and you can tell me if you don't want to answer this question.
Yeah.
What's relationships like for you? You got the Instagram. You can probably go DM very attractive girls, and they can see your profile. Is that an emphasis for you? And what have you found going from not making anything to having the money? What has it changed for you relationship wise? And is there things you have to look out for? I know you obviously got those sort of girls. Do you like
Hmm.
pre-qualify girls just like you pre-qualify leads? Um, how's
Hmm.
what's that like for you right now?
Well, it's not really a priority for me right now. Like, I don't go running after girls.
Yep.
I don't. And I don't have the bandwidth to be in a relationship right now. Just don't, because it's just like another responsibility. So I just make it clear.
Do you,
Now, for sure, if you're successful, it just makes it hard because then everybody just wants something more serious with you. So you always have to, like, there's no like in between. So
yep.
either they want to be with you fully, or they just don't want to talk to you at all.
Yep. Yep. So,
Yeah.
do you think, like you said, a relationship it's a lot of time and money. Um,
Hmm.
do you think, if even if let's say you were in the midst of like the only thing you cared about was scaling, um, and scaling that business whenever you first started getting a taste of that real money and all you wanted was more. Is there a girl, or was there a girl? Do you think there is one that could pop out and you could be like, yeah, like I don't care. Like this, like
Hmm.
I'm gonna make this, um, you know, my girl, or should you wait? What do you?
Yeah. I think it's a choice, man. I think it's a choice. It's like, do I want to be in a relationship? For sure. Do I want to be in it now? No.
Mm-hmm.
And was there a girl? No. When I was building, no, I was single. But the thing is, I think the best thing is just find a girl, get in a relationship, right?
Yep.
But if you also want to enjoy your freedom and
Yep.
everything that comes with winning, then don't go breaking people's hearts. Just stay single and just ready to mingle, and just mingle the hell out of your life, and just
Yep.
just make sure you have nothing to regret. But But no, I think it's just a choice that you have to make. Now, the best path is, yeah, get one girl and you settle down. But you know, do we want a good safe life, or do we want a good fun one? Do we want
Yeah.
to remember? Yeah, so it's like you play it well. You can play it safe, or you can play it how you want to play it. It's really those two things, right?
Awesome. Awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Anything you want to talk about specifically?
No. Besides, I also have, like, I need to dip in 5 minutes. What are your goals? Like, what is 2023 for you? The end.
2023.
What's the number? What's the number for you? Like,
Yep.
what would make the 19-year-old Chris be like, fucking hell, man, I'm just fired up.
50K per month is what I
What is
want.
that one number?
50K per month
Yeah,
is what I want. Really bad right now.
that's good. That's good. Yo, اسكت شوي فتي فوت. 50K per month.
Yep. That's what
Why
I
why aren't you already there? Why
uh
aren't you already there?
I think I got into this game. I wish I would have gotten into this game a bit earlier. You can't do shit about that now. That I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
I think I like I said, I think I could have even had more, deals done right now, like, but I passed up deals just to focus on,
Yeah.
fulfillment. I want to have a
Hmm.
program built out that is going to, bring in a ton of people and, output a ton of successful people. And right now I'm just not
Hmm.
confident in that. And I want to be, 100% confident in that. That any
Cool.
person that gives me their, and obviously Serge, from running a program for so long, not everyone's going to be successful, that enters the program, and come
100%.
and come out better, but I want to do as much as I can to make sure that every single person that comes through the program comes out successful.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I think operations, like I said, the issue is not really making money at this point. The issue, or even for most people, I think most people, the issue will never be making money. I think the issue is like being able to um, being able to sustain making money, like being able to actually increase the throughput, because and that's more painful than not knowing how to make money,
Yep.
by the way. So, like, right now you have an audience of 2,000 people. I mean, bro, when I had 2,000, I had that. I mean, I think I made 50K way before I had 1,000 people
Yep.
on my on my YouTube, right? So you have the audience, you have the attention, right? So it's like you can easily hit it right now. The thing is, yeah, you're going to need to stop for a little while, because you can't keep focusing on making and also building. Like, you got to go through seasons too. So, um, yeah, man, if you ever need help with onboarding systems, with building a team, if you want to come see what the operations look like in client acquisition.io, I'd be happy to show you how to do it. Because inevitably, it's like, bro, come on, man, you can't settle for the money you're making right now. It's
Yep.
coming. You just got to know that. I know you said that you got almost everything that you want, but it's like, no,
Yep.
bro, there is so much out there. Like,
Yeah.
like you're just getting started. But you should be like, looking at, like, okay, cool, like, now I can onboard 20 clients a month. How can I do 20 clients in a day?
Exactly.
If you can solve that problem, you become inevitably more valuable than just client acquisition, because eventually everybody will be client acquisition. Client acquisition. It's like, come on, bro. Like, okay, we're come on. Nobody wants more. Everybody knows how
Yeah.
to get leads now. So it's like,
Yep.
how can we sustain the success, right?
Yep.
So yeah,
Awesome, Serge. Awesome. No, I love that advice. I appreciate you a lot for just
yeah,
jumping on here. Um,
for sure.
and guys, whenever I first jumped into the space and I heard I started watching Serge. Serge, I was introduced to your channel through a guy named Ryan. He's actually from Montreal as well. Ryan, if you're watching this, shout out.
Nice.
He's in this whole space as well. Um, and I looked at your program and heard kind of the price, and I was skeptical right out the gate. There's so much sketchy coaching consulting out there, and I've over these past months that I've been in this space and really starting to talk to more and more people that have been there, done that. There's been so many people that have went through Serge's program and came out on top and making a lot of money, and have attributed a lot of that to Serge. I've talked to so many of them. So guys, if they're if you're in a spot kind of where I'm at, where it's like, the money's there, you know what you need to do. You have a good idea of everything you need to do. You're making good money. You're just in that spot. You're not a complete beginner. Serge's program, clientacquisition.io, is one of the best options I've heard, if not the best option. Obviously, I can't say the best because I haven't tried or done all of those.
Yeah,
But
or not yet, not
so
yet there.
so many success stories coming out of Serge's program, guys. And it's honestly just been an honor to kind of pick his brain for, the short amount of time that we had, which was honestly a lot longer than I thought we'd have. So, Serge, it really
Yeah,
means a lot. And guys, go check out Serge's channel. He's constantly just
yeah,
dropping value on top of value on top of value. I'll be sitting there at 11 p.m. at night, the whole work day's done, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna chill out, maybe watch the normal YouTube video, and I'll catch myself binge watching Serge for an hour and a half. So, yeah, guys, he's the
let's
man.
go.
He's the man. Serge, if you have anything you want to say, you can say it. And yeah.
Oh man, I appreciate DMing me. Thank you for everything, and yeah, man. My advice is, now the game is easy for you, so please do not lift your foot off the gas. Please do not, because I know that in the new success can be most people end up failing harder when they've actually already won, right? So I want you to just ride this attention, this trend, this success hard until you're good, you're set for life, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, and if you ever need help, I got you. And no, thank you for having me.
Awesome, Serge.